Good morning, St. Timothy's. Father Fitzhugh here. I just wanted to start off my new vocation this week by saying hello. I look forward to serving every one of you, and I have a lot of high hopes for the future. I look forward to walking forward with you, and this is going to be great. I'm excited about it. So thank you all for your warm welcome. Second, I wanted to post a video this week. Sometimes I like to post little videos of daily reflections or short little Bible studies. And so I will do that once in a while. I post it to the Facebook page. And I thought that I would do that this week. And I wanted to tone in on a certain Old Testament scripture that tends to bother a lot of people. It's the passage in Exodus that says God hardened Pharaoh's heart. That bothers a lot of people because it kind of makes God out to sound evil. And I will explain exactly what it's talking about when it says that God hardened Pharaoh's heart. In Old Testament times, people believed that if you obeyed God, you were blessed. And if you disobeyed him, you were cursed. That was the mindset that people in ancient times had. That's how they thought. And so the passage in Exodus that says God hardened Pharaoh's heart, well, that doesn't mean that God was literally up there hardening Pharaoh's heart. That's actually not what was happening at all. That's just how people interpreted God's actions. And when certain things would happen, that's how people interpreted it. The writer of Exodus, traditionally believed to be Moses, that's how he interpreted this event. He figured, God's the one who caused Pharaoh to be stubborn right here at this certain point in time. And this is just how people in general interpreted these things. Jesus did away with this idea, the idea that if you followed God, you were blessed versus not following him and being cursed. He stepped in and he said, no, that's not true. And for example, there would be a homeless person or someone disabled on the side of the road. And the Pharisees would pass this person and they wouldn't help them. They wouldn't want to. And the reason why is because in their mindset, they believed that God made that person that way. They could be blind or crippled. And they believed God made them that way as a punishment for their sins or a punishment for something that their parents did. Well, Jesus steps in and says, no, that's not true. Not in the least. So people were using this old-fashioned belief system as an excuse for why things were happening, and they weren't taking responsibility for themselves. So as you read through the Old Testament, you see, God caused this to happen or caused that to happen. And that's just how the people in those times were interpreting the events that were occurring. So when it comes to the Old Testament, people like to say, God caused all these terrible things to happen. Or he caused this war to happen, or he hardened Pharaoh's heart, or whatever the case may be. No, I disagree. When it comes to Pharaoh's heart being hardened, I think Pharaoh's heart was hardened beforehand. And he just didn't care about the Hebrew people, let alone their God. That's what really happened. Just bear that in mind when you're studying and reading the Old Testament. The individuals who wrote the Old Testament, that was their worldview. That was the lens that they looked through when they were trying to explain everything that happened. When in actuality, that's not what occurred at all. So don't allow these Old Testament passages to harden your faith or jade you toward God. people will actually say, how can you follow such a cruel God, a God that does all these things and hardens people's hearts? Well, God didn't do those things. That's just how the writers of the Old Testament interpreted it. It's important not to take certain Old Testament passages too literally, because if you take it literally, it will really lead you astray, and you won't be reading the Bible correctly. Believe me, people don't need God's help when it comes to wars happening or people's hearts being hardened. I think people are pretty good at making those things happen themselves, if you catch my drift. God is not evil. He's on our side, and he loves every one of his children. On that note, blessings to every one of you. God bless, and take care, and I look forward to seeing you Sunday.